Coming up on today's episode of AMA Drone Report. New spin on Gatwick drone paranoia. The FAA seeks new drone advisory group members. And SkyPixel and DJI kick off the biggest aerial photo and video contest. Welcome to Airborne's AMA Drone Report on Aero-TV, a weekly news program covering the recreational drone world in partnership with the Academy of Model Aeronautics, one of the oldest and most respected aviation organizations in the world. With more than 200,000 members and 2,400 clubs across the country, I'm your host, Skylar Vanel. Our top story today comes out of the UK's London Gatwick Airport, where details of drone sightings seem to get stranger by the day. It all started on the evening of December 20th, when the runway at London's Gatwick Airport was closed due to drone sightings by airport staff members. Police arrested 2 suspects on the suspicion of disrupting civil aviation, but were later forced to release them after an investigation found they did not have enough evidence to hold them. Despite numerous reports, there is little evidence that a drone actually caused this. Over 1,000 flights were canceled and more than 140,000 people were displaced. At the peak of holiday air travel, officials were calling this a deliberate disruption of air travel using drones. Now authorities are saying they may not have enough evidence to prove the drones even existed, and the latest drone alert turned out to be a lighted construction crane. Punishment for this type of crime is 5 years in prison. In the next Drone Minute, we'll take a brief look at the stories that are making the rounds of the small UAS and hobby drone communities. Australia's Civil Aviation Safety Authority plans to roll out new drone monitoring equipment at major airports across the country early this year. The CAASA Communications Manager Peter Gibson said that the technology has matured to a point where a drone can be identified, along with its serial number and the location of its operator, making it easy to identify who's flying. Australia plans new drone registration requirements in 2019, and along with new technology, this year we will see crackdowns on drone safety. The U.S. Forest Service is looking for more information on using drones to create controlled burns in order to help fight forest fires. The program may require a live demonstration of an aerial ignition system, according to the RFI. Such demonstrations could occur between February and May of this year. A judge has determined that an insurance company is not liable for an injury caused by a drone at a wedding back in 2016. A lawsuit was filed by a woman who lost the use of her eye after being struck by a drone owned by the California-based Holly Cow Productions. In the countersuit, the California U.S. District Court ruled in the company's favor due to a policy that includes an exclusion for bodily injury by an aircraft. Another report of a drone colliding with an airliner made the media rounds last month. An Aero-Mexico Boeing 737 was approaching Tijuana when the crew heard a pretty loud bang. After safely landing, the airplane showed extensive damage to its nose. With no evidence of a bird strike, a drone became the suspect. Authorities have no evidence that the drone was the cause. The FAA has posted a notice in the Federal Register looking for qualified candidates to serve on the Drone Advisory Committee. The committee provides an open venue for the FAA and stakeholders to identify and recommend consensus-based resolutions for issues related to integration of UAS into the national airspace system. The notice explains the responsibilities associated with the DAC membership and the desired qualifications for participants. It outlines the materials candidates must submit and the importance to supply the required information. DAC members are at the level of CEO and COO or other high-level ranking positions. Members come from a cross-section of stakeholders representing the UAS interest, including industry, research and academia, retail, and technology. The FAA maintains a roster of the current DAC membership and is limited to a maximum of 35 people. It was established as a federal advisory committee and advises the FAA on the needs of new and expanding users in the NAS, while identifying the strategic regulatory priorities and structure that promote innovation, safety, efficiency, and rapid UAS integration. For those who are interested in applying, the FAA must receive nomination packages no later than 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on January 9th. Selected members will serve for at least 2 years. DJI and SkyPixel are kicking off their annual aerial photo and video contest. The contest is for the world captured from above and welcomes submissions from everyone, from professional photographers, videographers, to aerial enthusiasts and content creators. There are no restrictions on the type or brand of equipment you can use, and you can submit as many photos as you like. Some of the prizes up for grabs: a Hasselblad X1D 50C camera, the DJI Mavic 2 Pro drone, and the new Osmo Pocket 3-axis stabilized gimbal. Winners will be featured at select DJI flagship stores this year and showcased at workshops, hosted by winners and professional photographers alongside with SkyPixel. Get your entries in now. The contest is running through February 18th. Well, that wraps up our program for this week. Airborne's AMA Drone Report is presented weekly in cooperation with the Academy of Model Aeronautics. Our daily Airborne Unlimited episodes covering the entire aviation and aerospace world are streamed Monday through Friday. If you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe and check us out on social media. For real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories, go to aero-news.net. And of course, for more information on the exciting hobby drone world at modelaircraft.org. We'll see you next week.